Yeah, it is a pleasure once again to be here, and it's my honor and privilege to take us briefly through the history and evolution of mechanical and electrical engineering practice, otherwise called MEP in Nigeria. The definition and scope of MEC, we will look at it. I think the slide can be coming to so that people can follow. Then after that, we will look at what is MEP. We look at why is MEP. Then of course, we will subsequently look at the origin. We also look at how did MEC actually evolve in Nigeria and became milestone. What is MEP? MEP means mechanical and electrical engineering practice to help projects in the course of development. So the mechanical aspect is essentially the use of machines to solve physical problems and challenges using motive or moving or movement power. That is, when you begin to use the movement of, movement of things to solve problems. Like when you see a car, it can move people from one place to the other. So it's using mechanical energy aspect. So the use of, when you are lifting, you can see escalators, you can see lifts. These are ways of assisting human beings to do their job better through movement. Electrical involve the use of electronic power, energy to solve physical problems and challenges using electrical energy. What do you mean by that? As I'm speaking to you right now, is because electrical engineers have worked on how to communicate over long distance without seeing one another, and you are still able to hear me through communication engineering. So electrical engineering deals with how to use electrical energy to solve problems of lighting. I'm sure where you are, you can see the place can be made brighter by using electrical energy, electrical bulbs. So aspects of that, are what are involved in electrical engineering. It involves power generation, transmission, distribution, lighting, ICT, fire alarm, telecoms, control, automation, broadcasting, acoustics, solar. So these are some of the various divisions that we cover in electrical engineering. For mechanical, we have areas like plumbing that involve the usage of water, air conditioning, firefighting, gas installations, lift and escalators, water treatment, sewage disposal, among others. Why do we have mechanical and electrical engineering practice? We have M&P because they are key to making structures, infrastructures, buildings to be able to be operated, with or without, with ease, without human interference. For instance, for us to be able to live well, we must have good lighting to be able to see where we are going, to be able to see our food, to be able to see our work, be able to do a lot of things. The same thing as I've initially shared with us, that you can hear me, is because electrical engineers have perfected some technologies to make sure that when I speak here, everybody all over the world is connected to Zoom at this moment, be able to hear me. So those are some of the, and that's the benefits. It's the key to make an environment and a structure worth living, habitable, and serviceable. So what is the basic origin of MEP? the basic origin of MEP. In the beginning, it started with the creation of the world by God Almighty. He himself created mechanical and electrical engineering practice or services. Because when you look at one of the major holy books, the very first chapter and the very first book of the several books in that document says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was without form and void. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. That's electrical engineering at its best, bringing light to situations, to remove darkness. And within the same chapter, a few verses down the line, we have, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. That is mechanical engineering for you. Movement of water to solve problems, to cause turbine to generate electricity, to cause, to make cars, your carburetor to function very well when the fuel is there, and things like that. So the origin of MEP actually started with the creation by God Almighty, when he saw the importance. After all when God was created, every aspect of the universe. But how did mechanical engineering practice evolve in Nigeria? And maybe the key milestone. In the pre-1960s, the mechanical and electrical engineering practice was marked largely by foreigners, was largely owned by foreign companies. And the jobs were being done by colonial masters, were being churned out, and it was treated professional. So, most of the people that practiced there, they were from abroad. So the key projects, some of the projects included the Lagos electricity coal-fired generation plants at Ijora. The Nigerian Railways. So some of the 1960 to 1970, with the emergence of Nigerian consultants in mechanical engineering practice who have drawn experience from the foreign companies. The early foreign companies were Oscar Faber and partners, that are largely M&E, the Mott McDonald's. These are the first set of, among the first set of M&E companies. So they are fairly professional and merit-driven. In the 1970 to 1980, the government legislation to promote local firms got a boost and opened doors to all comers. The economic buoyancy also. That was the time we heard that Nigeria had money. The head of state then said, Nigeria had money, but we do not know what to do with it. So that really, translates economic buoyancy. Of course, that person was a military president then, which opened doors to all comers, and most things were being requested with immediate effect. Immediate action, less attention were being given to procedures, and we begin to have merits, giving way to expediency or emergency. Please, this is an emergency. Let's do it this way. From 1980 to 1990, the military rule consolidated their hold on the economy and national development. And of course, the projects that were being done in mechanical and electrical engineering practice. And of course, the emergence of who you know to get what you want started. Continuity of project were no longer guaranteed based on merit alone. You have to know the people in power. From 1990 to 2000, we came back to the emergence of civilian government. where political consideration absorbed professional values of many projects on national development. And by the time the 2000 to 2020, the rise and decline of oil prices began to seriously affect national development. And of course, there were increased specialization in mechanical engineering practices and participation by Nigerians. Of course, this did not limit the influx of foreign companies with funding proposals, but with little or no local collaboration becoming noticeable, like the design of the Nigerian railway rehabilitation was being done by the Chinese. The ports were being rehabilitated by foreigners, and so many other aspects of the economy was largely, India, Israel became, and were doing a lot of projects. So there's a lot of foreign domination of our infrastructure become normal and widespread. So this is a disadvantage of local practitioners. And of course, there is the ICT applications becoming more relevant and useful. The use of AutoCAD, for instance, gave way, make the drafting by hand to give way to AutoCAD. That all engineering drawings now, and it's being tested. We want to become a member of Nigerian Institute of Engineers. One of the things that we test you on, I've been a national examiner for close to 15 years, is your ability to use AutoCAD, apart from other engineering software that are used for design. You must learn them so that you can be more proficient and you can flow with the technology of the day. Basically, this is how the mechanical and electrical engineering practice were founded in Nigeria and in the world, and how it was founded by God Almighty. I've showed us that M&E was created by God Himself through the creation of light and water from the beginning. And the evolution of MEP has been largely determined by the vagaries of the economy, the political leadership, and technological advancements over the years. Practitioners must therefore keep abreast of this development to grow their expertise and relevance to become useful to themselves and the nation in general. Thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity.